had a great week and are ready for another story. Today, my story is about a man called John. John loves sailing, and he would love to occasionally go out onto the sea, go on the waves, fish a tiny bit, then come back. So one day he had just finished work. He was a bit excited to go fishing again. So he got on his boat. He started going out into the sea, and then after he got a good few meters away from the shore, he started to fish. But then a storm came while he was fishing. This storm made all the waves go really big and strong. All of the waves pushed the boat everywhere. And before he knew it, he was way further away from the shore than he was. And now, about 10 minutes later, the boat was starting to break and there were holes and water coming in. Then the boat started to sink and John was stuck in the water. Nearby he could see a small island. So he tried swimming and eventually he just managed to get onto the island. Then once he was on the island, he thought, oh, how could this happen? How could God let this happen to me and let me go onto the island? So then he thought, I need to pray. If I pray, then God will help me. He might send another ship. So every day he was praying, and this went on for like 3 days. And during this time, he had managed to cut down some trees and use the wood to make a small hut. So he was in his small hut. He had some leaves as a bed, and he had even managed to make a small table as well. Then he found something really common on islands. He found a coconut. Then he kept looking around. He found more coconuts. So he thought, oh, this is good. Until a ship arrives, I can use this coconuts as a food. Then he went down to the beach and he saw a plank of wood from his boat. So he cut the plank and made it sharp at one end. And then he realized, oh, I can use this as a spear. I can get fish with this. Then now he was happy because he could go and get fish and he could also get coconuts. And near his house was a small pond which he could use to get water. Then one day when he was fishing, he came back and his house was on fire. Big flames were everywhere on the house. He thought, oh no, this is my only place to be. Now I'm on an island and I don't even have my house. How could God let this happen? I thought he was going to send a boat to help me. Then he turned around because he heard a noise and he saw a big cargo boat. The boat was coming towards him and he started jumping and waving, saying, help, help. So the boat came to him and the captain got off and walked down to the beach and asked John, so how long have you been here? Come onto our ship, we'll get you back to shore. John said, oh, thank you so much. But one question, how did you find where I was and how you got to the island? Then the captain said, oh, we saw your fire as the signal for help. So the second we saw it, we started coming towards this small island. John was so happy. He thought a ship would have been passing by and would have seen him and come. But he didn't expect that his house would be on fire. He didn't expect that this fire would actually be a sign to the other ship to come and help him. Just like John, we might sometimes have a plan in our own mind of how something might happen. But we need to remember that God will always have a better plan. We need to remember that sometimes his plans might be similar to yours, but sometimes they could be completely different. Either way, we need to remember that his plan is the best plan. We also need to remember to pray and ask God about anything we might wonder. Say you have a plan that you might think will happen. If you ask God, then he can help you with it. So to help us remember this, let's offer a small prayer. Dear Jesus, thank you for today and thank you for helping us all to listen to this story. And please help us to remember about your plan and how it's a better plan. In Jesus' precious name I pray, Amen. I hope you enjoyed my story this week. Make sure to like and subscribe and share to others. Bye!
You are watching Revival TV, ministering minds through media.